Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well today. We're definitely in an interesting time, to say the least, in the cryptocurrency space. This is the first time, I want to say in a while, that we've had, any real detriment to cryptocurrency. The last time we had this worry, but it was much more of a worry back then, was when the Ripple lawsuit came out. And they also mentioned that they were going to, at last second, and this was at the very end of the Trump administration, last second, they were going to push through something that were going to tax us for unrealized gains, which was a bunch of BS. It was a bunch of FUD, and we know it wasn't coming. Fast forward to now, where we actually have crypto regulation put into an infrastructure bill. And if you guys haven't been keeping up on this, the bill as written is very harsh. It requires developers of protocols to report all of their users, so essentially KYC all of their users. The developers of hardware wallets to KYC all of their users. Also, the miners, it requires them to KYC all of their users that are doing transactions, which is impossible. And then it also requires proof of stake validators to verify all of their transactions as well. It's pretty shitty. The worst part about it is that it's impossible. I, as a Stakepool operator, cannot feasibly KYC all of my users because anybody in the world can join my Stakepool. The same way a DeFi developer or a protocol developer can't KYC all of their users because these networks, anyone can join them. And that is by design, right? So this law is a law that we can't follow. And the initial goal of the law is to increase tax compliance, when in reality, what it is going to do is, decrease tax compliance because the compliance is literally impossible. So there's been a big up about it. Everyone's been freaking out. Everyone's been calling their senators, and that's what we're going to be doing here today. Is I'm going to actually take the time to once again call both of my senators. There has been some updates about what's been going on. So let me give you guys a little bit of updates, and I'm sorry if I don't illustrate my thoughts well enough. The world's not ending. I'm not dying, but I am a little bit stressed out about this, I have to admit. And as you guys know, when you're stressed, you don't illustrate your thoughts as well. You're a little bit on edge. So it's going to take me a second to ease into this live stream, but it's an emergency AMA. We're going to be doing the normal AMA, maybe a little shorter than normal, but we're also going to be calling our congressman, talking about this bill, and explaining to you guys kind of what's been happening thus far. And like I said, I'm sorry if I'm not uppity like I normally am, but I am a little stressed about this, honestly, because this is, the past week has been moving very fast. And I mean, this is a time to be remembered forever for cryptocurrency. I mean, if this passes, this changes the trajectory of the future. I mean, it really does, of everything. It's not just cryptocurrency, because these senators that are voting on this do not see the impact that cryptocurrency will have on the world. I am so sure of that now. I am so sure of cryptocurrency. I'm so sure of the impact that it'll have on the world. But you know who isn't? These senators. And they don't see what they're doing to their country. They don't see what they're doing to their people. And it's our job to tell them that, So that's what we're going to be doing here today. So the latest updates that we've got last night, let's switch over to Twitter. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be getting to that in a second. So this is from last night, and this is from Senator Cynthia Loomis. This has been an interesting day. Here's what's happening. First, we've been able to be very productive, or to have very productive, see, I can't even read, conversations with senators on all sides of the issue. And if we could vote on the amendments, that I think the digital asset community would be pleased with the outcome. So the issue is now the Democrats are saying that, hey, all the Republicans, you guys think this is too much spending. So what we're going to do instead, so we can't bitch about this, is we're just going to push through with no amendments. And that's what she's stating here, is on all sides of the issue, we just need to be able to vote on the amendments, because the amendments, depending on which amendment it is, will actually remove some of these. And there are better amendments than the others. My favorite one is Ted Cruz, which just removes them all. But there is, the Senator Cynthia Loomis amendment, but let's keep reading this and then we'll get to that in just a second. So, as she said, if we could vote on them, everyone would be happy. Agreed, because she's essentially saying that, we've called enough. Us in the cryptocurrency community, we've stood up. We've let the senators know, thank you that you've done this so far, that what our opinion is, and that this is bullshit, and that they're making laws in the last minute infrastructure bill that we can't even follow. And if we actually had a meaningful discussion on how we should be taxed or how we should report, then we would do so because we want to work with our government. We actually want to better our government. So right now we need an agreement on allowing the amendments, which is being held up because of the conflict between senators over the 30-hour rule, which allows the Senate to consider, review a bill for up to 30 hours before voting on it. Some senators want to keep focusing on the infrastructure bill for 30 hours to raise awareness about its price tag. Senator Schumer wants to quickly vote in order to focus on other legislation and won't allow the amendment to vote unless that happens. So Senator Schumer, here's the asshole. So we're at an impasse. I understand my colleagues' positions, but real people are going to hurt if we do not change the language in this bill. I am that real people. Tomorrow we'll be back in session and again work to convince our colleagues and Senator Schumer that our amendment deserves a vote. It does. It does. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. offices will be back in like usual. Feel free to call your senators to let us know how you think we should move forward. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It's 9:49 a.m. So we have about 2 hours until the debate starts. So I'm going to go ahead and read a couple questions and then we'll go ahead and call our senators about this. Hey, I appreciate you coming by. Ada Frog, John Hamilton, Brendan. Deep breaths, man. We're all a little uneasy about this. I'm okay, guys. I'm not. Obviously, I'm a little bit more stressed out than usual, but normally during my live streams, I'm like uppity, happy. Everything's great. But I'm not like my world isn't over. I'm not like depressed about it. But I am a little upset about it, and that's okay. It's okay to be a little upset. But let's be honest here, guys. I mean, we have watched cryptocurrency come so far in the last year that what do you expect is going to happen? Do you think that this is going to be without any corals or with no FUD or turmoil or nothing? I mean, why are we so protective of this thing that we love so much? It's because it provides us so much value, and we believe in the future it's going to provide so much value. So I myself need to keep my head up. All of you need to keep your head up, because even if this bill passes as is, there are still routes to go with litigation to remove these, to write a bill that supersedes these, right? So not all is lost, but it is important to take a look at how detrimental this bill at the moment is to cryptocurrency. But saying that, we should all take a moment to be grateful for what we have and what we think we will have, because we wouldn't be so, upset about this if we didn't have something so valuable, right? So let's take a moment to be grateful before we call our senator, Anthony's saying there's no way this will pass. That's not true, Anthony. That's not true at all. If this goes through the Senate unwritten with Schumer's, with no vote, it is very likely, and I have this in my notes here, that it is going to pass through the Congress for two reasons. One, because the bill is bipartisan, and the Congress is fully Democratic, they're Democrats, and two, it originated from the Senate. So oftentimes amendments happen where, it originated from. So it is a high news or a high probability that this will actually pass for sure. So hopefully it doesn't, but there are 300 pages, Oh, dude, Ted Cruz said it perfect. Let's go find Ted Cruz on Twitter. And it's so funny to me that Ted Cruz is our savior in all of this. Ted Cruz is the one who figured this shit out. Let's go look it down here at this tweet. That I think it's on Rick's. Or it's on Rick's, yeah. I mean, it's just, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah. So this is from Ted Cruz. Crypto got screwed tonight. There's a partisan disagreement on spending, so Dems objected to all further amendments. That means no vote on the Wyden-Loomis amendment to lessen the damage to this bill, which is what we want. We at least want to lessen this damage before we have to use further litigation to go after it. To repeal the new crypto rules altogether, the result, the Senate's going to inflict billions of dollars of damage on the growing and exciting crypto industry that will bring a lot of value to the United States and its people and drive much of it overseas, I included. There are 5 senators who understand much of anything about crypto. So why include it in an infrastructure bill? what the Senate said tonight is, let's talk the hell out of something we know nothing about so we can pass a giant bill we haven't read and spend the American people's money on stuff we can't afford. It's reckless and harmful, as are most of the infrastructure bills they've passed in the past year. I am not surprised one bit by any of this, but the fact that it's, targeting my industry and they can just throw it in on a last-minute infrastructure bill that they know nothing about is complete bullshit. But complaining about it is going to do nothing further. I'll read a couple more comments and then we will contact our senators in Florida. Yeah, Frog is saying this bill will pass. I agree completely. I've been thinking from day one that it's going to pass. But Anthony, I like him for this, but he is the optimist. He always has been between us. Anthony is always the, when we started Bloom, actually, Anthony's like, we're going to kick ass. We're going to be in the top 10. And I'm like, man, let's just shoot for K equals 500, man. Anthony's always been the optimistic one of both of us. So I appreciate your optimism, Anthony. But in the link down below, let me double check and make sure I put it there. And I would like you guys to do this too, and you can follow what I say for your senator. But I just put it in the top link down below. This is the senator lookup. This is where you can find their names and emails. And then once you actually do click that link, you're going to go to this site right here. And then you can actually select your state. I'm in Florida. I've also called Ohio as well. Okay, I also want to say that if this does pass, I wanted to mention this today, if this does pass through the Senate, the next people we have to call is Congress. And you can see that through Charles's Twitter right here. And that's the thing, man, is I'm not a lawyer. I love cryptocurrency. I love technology. So this is all kind of new to me. I'm still learning, and I'm learning a lot from this. But this is what Charles said last night. There you have it, folks. Chuck Schumer fucked us all. It's one thing to disagree, but he didn't even let the senators vote. Terrible. Time to move on to the House. 435 Congress critters. So if this does fail, it is time to call our Congress critters. Ladies and gentlemen, light up the phones if this does pass through with no amendment. Honestly, we should call them anyway, even if it does pass through the Senate with the amendment. But let's go find these telephone numbers. There is an easier way of doing this, I swear, but if I just type in Control F and then do FL, I'm sure it'll come up. Yep, there it is. Old Rubio. Doesn't look like it shows the numbers there. There has to be an easier way to do this. Florida. Rubio. There's that boy. Let me go back to Rick's Twitter. Okay. F for Florida. There we go. It just wasn't working right for me. So let me fix that link for you guys in a second. But once you're here, you can actually see their number and their contact. So we're going to go ahead and call Rubio first. And let me know if you guys can hear this well. 304.
Hello. Thank you for calling Senator Rubio's Washington, D.C. office. If you would like to leave a comment about an issue, please press 1. To hear our office hours or location, please press 2. If you are interested in setting up a tour or requesting a flag, please press 3. If you need to speak, thank you for calling. Your thoughts and opinions are important, and we appreciate you taking the time. Please leave your comment after the tone.
Hello, my name is Peyton. I currently operate 2 cryptocurrency businesses out of the state of Florida, and you guys are currently voting on an infrastructure bill that is actually detrimental to both my business and the future of my business, and I'd appreciate it if you allowed the senators to vote on the Wyden-Loomis amendment. I personally would prefer if all about crypto is removed from the bill, because I think it's not being looked at clearly enough. But please just allow the senators to at least vote on the amendment for the bill. Thank you so much. This could change the life of my family and many other families in the cryptocurrency industry. So thank you for your time today. So there's our first try, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we'll get better for the second one. I guess that'd be the third total, because I've already called the 2 Ohio guys as well. But I'd appreciate that if you guys did that. But all right, who we got next? We got Rick Scott. Rick Scott, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. There's 213 people today. I mean, this shows how important this issue is. If you guys could click the like button, I'd appreciate it. I'm so nervous about all this shit. Rah. All right, let's go back. So next is Rick Scott. It's our boy. And then let me make sure I actually get the amendment right. I want to at least sound like I know what I'm talking about. All right. Rick Scott, let's go.
Thank you for calling the Washington, D.C. office of Senator Rick Scott from Florida. Our normal business hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Although we are open, we are continuing to operate under a reduced staff. Therefore, if you are receiving this message within those hours, please leave a message and your call will be forwarded to the proper personnel. If you would like to leave a legislative opinion for Senator Scott, please leave those details after the tone, including the zip code in Florida you are calling from. We do apologize for missing your call, and thank you for your comments. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Peyton, and I'm actually calling from Florida because I operate 2 cryptocurrency businesses out of the state of Florida, and the infrastructure bill that you're currently voting on today actually stands to be detrimental to the cryptocurrency space as a whole in the United States, and I'm calling to insist that you bring Wyden Loomis to a vote. It is very important that this amendment is voted on. I personally would appreciate if all of the cryptocurrency, parts of this bill were taken out because I think they weren't very well thought through. But if, before that, it is very, very important that you insist that Wyden Loomis is brought to a vote for both my family and many other families in the cryptocurrency space out of the United States. Please. Thank you. Bye-bye. See, it was a little better. That was a little better. Let's do the Ohio ones again. We're getting a little better. It does have a worldwide effect, but I mean, they don't care about, U.S. senators don't give a fuck about the other people in this world. But I would appreciate you guys smash that like button. We'll do 2 more. After this, we're going to be going into an AMA. I'll be answering you guys' Cardano questions. My nerves are getting a little better, as you can see. But let me switch to old Ohio, my home state. Ohio. Fucking Sherrod Brown piece of shit. All right. They all have 202 numbers. I wonder if that is... I know it affects the whole world, but these senators don't care about the whole world. They barely care about us.
Thank you for calling my office. Please listen carefully to the following options so that we can best assist you. If you'd like to leave me a message or comment on a legislative issue, please press 1. If you need assistance with a matter involving... Thank you for your call today. I appreciate your taking the time to let me know your views that matter most to you and to the state of Ohio. To serve you better, please be sure to include the spelling of your first and last name, your email address, your phone number, and your Ohio zip code at the beginning of your message. You may also leave your full mailing address if you like. For more information, or if you wish to send me an email, please visit my website at brown.senate.gov. That's BROWN, brown.senate.gov. Thank you so much for your call.
Hello, my name is Peyton, and the reason I'm calling you today is because the infrastructure bill that is being introduced, that is about to pass through the Senate, is detrimental to the cryptocurrency space as a whole and detrimental to all of the businesses that are in the United States and that are paying their taxes and reporting their taxes. And this bill that is being introduced doesn't even give these businesses the option to report their taxes anymore, because what they're required is actually impossible. So I ask you, please, please bring the Wyden-Loomis amendment to a vote. It is very, very important that you at least allow my senators to represent the United States citizens and bring the Wyden-Loomis to a vote. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye. There's the third one done, ladies and gentlemen. On to the fourth. On to the fourth. We're almost done. I see some of you guys are leaving, but it is what it is. Views are less important than calling these senators. I hope you guys are doing the same. And next is these damn congressmen. We're going to be calling them. Hi, I'm just calling because I would like to leave a message about the infrastructure bill today.
Okay, you can leave that message with me.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I'm calling is because the infrastructure bill that was recently introduced is actually detrimental to the cryptocurrency space as a whole and many businesses across the United States.
Okay, well, I can certainly pass that message along.
And one last message that I also want to include in that is, if this bill is going to go through the Senate, please, please insist that he brings the Wyden-Loomis amendment to a vote. It is very important for my family and my business and many other families across the United States.
Okay, well, I can pass that along as well.
Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You as well.
Well, the job's done. I called my four for today. My home state, or my born and raised state of Ohio, and my current state of Florida. I'll definitely be calling every single congressman from both states. But we can answer some questions. Alonzo Purple started, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty exciting. But, I mean, quite honestly, Jessica Porter said, don't be so nice. You can't be mean in this world. It doesn't get you anywhere. When someone is consistently disrespectful to you, rude to you over and over and over again, the only thing you can do is kill them with kindness. Because me personally, if I was, being rude to someone over and over and over and over again because I was biased or I was stuck in my own ways, the only way that I would actually correct from that error is if the person that I am, combating this consistently spoke with me with kindness over and over and over and over and over again. Speak with reason. It's very important that we're not mean to these people. When you call them, please be nice to them. Please. And be reasonable and ask them. We don't need to call them and say, hey, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. You're a fucking dinosaur and you need to be a crypto Chad. It's not going to help anything. Call them, be very respectful, be very nice, and be very knowledgeable. That's the only way. I know they don't mind stomping on us, but if we're going to stomp on them, the only way to do that is, through incentive and through economic and political ways and not, cussing at them over the phone. That's not going to get us anywhere. But I'll read some of your questions through here. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. If you don't understand anything about the bill, I'm sure I can. No, I've never gotten lucky to talk to a senator, unfortunately. I just read your question, Holy Macaroni. I appreciate all the help with the escrow lately, man. If you guys could like this, I'd appreciate it. There's 199 people here and only 132 likes. We get those likes up. It'll help this video go afterwards because this video does have important information for anybody tuning in afterwards, because if they watch this and they know the bill is passed, I'll leave it in the comments down below, then they can call their congressman. Sorry if you guys heard that. This mic picks up too much sometimes. This is the earliest I've done a live stream in a while, man. I kind of like the morning streams. I will. Ryan says, please ensure for your next video that you keep a tally of all congressmen who passed the bill and all those who didn't. This is how we will vote in the future. I was saying that the other day to one of my friends. I actually will, from now on, if this passes, every single video that I post will have a link in the description to every single senator that said yes to this and every single congressman that said yes to this. I will include a link to every single name that voted yes for this. And when every single time that, people are being voted on again, I'm going to point to that link. Forever. This is bullshit. Like, it's just, I don't know. There's no need to start ranting. I'll start ranting. Man, what will happen to the cryptoverse if this bill passes? So that is a great question, Jason. That is actually the kind of question that I was looking for today. Have they had you on Around the Blockchain yet? No, they haven't. I don't even know what that is. I think Cardano with Paul actually asked me if I would like to go on. And I would. I'd go on anything. Which one of your Bloom pools would you prefer us delegate to? Bloom 6, brother. But, okay, so what does this do? So it depends on if the bill is passed as is. If the bill's passed as is, it's very bad. So it requires protocol developers to KYC all of their users, which is impossible because anyone can participate in a protocol. It requires hardware, wallet developers to KYC all of their users, which is bullshit. No one wants to KYC their crypto funds, right? It requires miners to validate any person that is using their machine or their server as a way to transact currency or transfer currency. They have to KYC all of their users. And then to add on to that, they also want us, Stakepool operators, to KYC every single one of our users. And it's not actually possible. So what will happen to crypto if this passes is nothing until 2023. There could be, no financial advice here. There could be short-term price action, either up or down. We have no idea. But it's not going to actually change anything until 2023. So after this passes, what we'll then have the option to do is fight it with litigation, with social pressure, etc. And we have until 2023 to do so. But in that time, from now until 2023, you're going to have a large group of people trying to design these protocols to follow these laws. So it's really going to change the trajectory of cryptocurrency as a whole, because you're going to have a lot of people shifting focus on actually operating under these laws. And then you're going to have others trying to fight these. And then you're going to have probably, Charles, who's going to be doing a bit of both, right? So I have no idea what's going to happen. Do I think this kills cryptocurrency forever? No, crypto's here to stay. It'll live with or without the United States forever. But this, I think a lot of countries are then going to start to follow these, malicious laws. And over time, this may lead to more centralized currencies, but I hope not. I got so aggravated that the amendments are completely unrelated to the bill on question and can't even be put into the bill. Me too, man. It made me so aggravated as well. I hope you have some luck with this bill, as I know Australia is just going to follow, many others will, and that's what's so it's weird that the United States sets such a standard for the other countries, so that's why it's very important for us to be a part of our political system in the United States. And I'm very young, and all the people that I was around growing up, they didn't say, hey man, you must participate in our political system or you must understand it or anything. All they did was drink beer and watch football. Right? So I'm not very knowledgeable about how to better my system, if it's even possible, and that's why I wanted to come on here today, at least do the little that I could do with the little space that I have on this niche internet, this niche spot of the internet, and show you guys to do this as well. But hey, Pay, you were mentioning the new card wallet video as one of the main big pools they will collaborate with. When will you update us on that? I'm going to get some more formal information before I update you guys on that. but I have been in some pretty formal calls with them and a couple other operators for Card Wallet, and it seems very interesting, but we'll see how that goes before I give a more formal official update. But I have been chatting with them, yes. I'd bet dollars against donuts. They will hit 7 and delete the nice, polite messages. True. Could, but you know what other messages they're going to delete? You cussing at them as well. So I'd bet dollars against. Oh, I already read that one. What if there was a cryptocurrency that did all the work for you? What do you mean? U.S. DApp entrepreneurs will try to decentralize before 2023 or need to leave. Yeah, for sure. I honestly think, Frog, I bet many of them are just going to want to participate, because you got to think like, oh, either, they leave, but think about it this way. We're going to have a fight between RealFi and DeFi, because if this does pass, when all of these people leave, I have United States currency, right? I'm going to, and I also have United States ADA. And what do we consider United States ADA? ADA that I've reported to the government. So all of the ADA I've made from Bloom, everything's reported. I've reported all of it. So I have to interact with only RealFi, right? I can't interact with the decentralized finance. So anybody that stays in the United States and works on this KYC, this, decentralized identity, shit, will flourish in the United States if this passes, because you're going to essentially have two segmented parts of the network, unless the protocol builders also have to KYC. Jessica Porter said, any plans for Bloom token? Yes, we're releasing the white paper. But I have to be honest, this bill has slowed us down a little bit because, we don't want to release a white paper right after the bill just tells us what we're doing in the white paper can't be done. So we're waiting on this bill. The swamp wasn't drained, it got worse. But hey, there aren't that many mean tweets from a big bagged orange man, so people should be happy, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think the swamp got worse. I mean, it's just the same shit, different fucking day, man. I don't think Trump. How would Trump make it worse? I mean, he did tell it tell everything how it was, at least. I'm not really much of a Trump supporter, but to say that he made it worse, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I honestly don't think a politician, or specifically a president, can have that much impact on the government in the first place, let alone make it worse. They definitely can make it worse, but make it better? I don't know. Control the money. U.S. are losing control. Time to change the rules and take it back. Absolutely. That's the thing, though, Dave. They're not going to be able to take control back. That's the worst part. Senator Portman hired people to his staff to explain and teach crypto to him. Why don't all of them or abstain from the vote? Why don't all of them or I don't know. Why are we so protective of the thing that we love? Some real American accent coming up. What did my accent show through? But if we are in the Cardano AMA, so if you guys have any more questions, let me know and I'll answer them. A little update on mycelial, since no one's asked me any questions. Mycelial Galleries is actually killing it. I'm very impressed thus far with the sales. I'm very surprised. So our initial goal, and honestly, it was to allow as many people to get them as possible. I wanted people to, because the best part of Cardano NFTs is opening them. It's enjoying them, seeing which one you get, like opening a pack of cards, right? Well, the reason we went with a lower price and then a higher amount of them is so that more people could have fun opening them, enjoying what they enjoy doing, and I wanted it to last 3 months. I looked at Space Buds. I looked at how fast they sold. I thought about my users. So I was like, well, lower the price, increase the total amount, and hopefully it'll take 3 months to sell. So our goal was 3 months sell time and then 3 months of burn. And then that's, then we'll wrap up the project there. And obviously we're going to do some cool things and build on top of it as well. But it looks like we're going to sell out this week. Honestly, I want to say I can check right now, but let me go look. Yeah, so we're at 18,756 sold. So we're in the third and final price tier now. We've blown through 20 ADA. We've blown through 30 ADA. We're now in 40 ADA. And the max supply is 25,000. There will never be more than that. And that max supply, once we reach it, once burning is introduced, that max supply is going to start coming down. And I'm very keen to see what's going to be the rarest card. Is it going to be the 8th card, or is it going to be Cardano? You know, that's what I'm very interested in seeing. But thank you guys all so much for the support. I was honestly so surprised about the reaction and the little community that's been growing on Discord. It's so fucking cool, man. I've been so happy about it and so excited about it. It's definitely brought a nice little light to my life in the past week, and it's definitely been a silver lining to all of this, loss or law shit. You know, so it's been the silver lining. It's been helping me keep my head up. So I appreciate all you guys that have participated in my Celio. Also, as always, I need to start it, but we're going to be doing the Bloom token giveaway, and instead of 5 winners, we'll do 7 winners. And the first 5 are going to be Bloom token winners, and the last 2 are going to be my Celio NFTs. So if you guys do want to support, or not support, but be in the giveaway, support yourself and get some Bloom tokens, and also maybe win some mycelial NFTs, all you have to do is join the Discord server down below. And also, I did put the link to call your senator down below too. And I wanted to make sure I waited at least until the end of the live stream to do my shill shit, because the most important part of this is obviously calling your senators. But we still got about 20 minutes left, so if you guys have any great questions, let me know about anything about Cardano, anything about the bill, anything about anything. I'll let you know. So earlier, if you missed the beginning of this, we actually took time and called both of our senators from Florida and both of our senators from Ohio. And we'll be doing the same thing with our congressman if this bill does go through. And I'm entering the giveaway right now. That's why I'm being quiet. All right. The giveaway is done. Now we can answer some more questions. Would be useful to promote an SBO association and hire a lobbyist. That's a great idea, Michael Lesser. I was actually speaking with, I don't know if you still hear Kyle from Spakra. I think that's what they're planning on doing. So if ADA goes to $5, man, no price questions, man. I really appreciate your super chat, but I'm not really interested in price questions today, considering what's going on. ADA could go to 60 cents. Who knows, man? Go to $10, 60 cents, $10. Who knows? I don't know shit about price. No financial advice here. Have you tried smart contracts on Alonzo Purple? Not on Purple yet. I'm going to be trying them on White. I've just been so busy, man, with the NFT drop. ADA has to be determined to be a currency or a commodity IMO. If it's a commodity, then commodities aren't taxed until they're sold for the U.S. That would be nice if it was a commodity. Why wouldn't you be a big Trump supporter? Probably the problem is that smart people like yourself can't even see how good Trump was and still is. Well, Travis, I don't support much people, man. Trump has never liked cryptocurrency. He stated that Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme from day one. And that I didn't say anything negative about Trump in anything that I said, other than that I'm not a big Trump supporter. I mean, who was my alternatives? Hillary, obviously Trump. Who was the other alternative? Biden. Obviously Trump, right? But does that mean I'm a big Trump supporter? No. I mean, if you're putting 2 people, in front of me, and it's a clear answer there that it's Trump. But to say that I am a supporter of everything he does, no. I mean, he's completely counter to the industry that I work in, So I wouldn't say I'm a big supporter, but he was definitely the lesser of 2 evils. I'm definitely not a Trump hater. I don't have Trump delusional syndrome. What do you think of the DeFi eruption in Cardano will be bigger than ETH? I do think so. I think it's because of Plutus and formal verified languages, because institutions can actually participate in, Cardano because of Plutus, because of formally verified languages. The bill will not kill us. We will go stronger. Have faith. Hey, Farah, if you're just tuning in, watch the very beginning of this video. I have tried to make this video a bit of fun, a bit of optimism. Rewatch the whole thing, and you'll see that I'm not that worried. How are you doing with the Purple transition? So I'm actually going to be getting to that today, Michael. I haven't set up the note on Purple yet. I've just been so busy. I'm going to be doing that today, and I'll be giving you guys an update this week in the weekly recap about the Purple transition and also the new smart contract functionality on the Purple testnet. Have you tried coding on Alonzo Purple? I have not. I've been too damn busy. Been too damn busy with mycelial, and they just launched it over the weekend. So between all of the Senate stuff and the mycelial stuff, it's been hard, but I'm going to do it today. I swear. And it's also nice that I'm doing this AMA early today, so that means I have the rest of the day for Alonzo Purple. Watch the video that you and Rick were doing with Charles in the past couple of days. Man, he has the most knowledgeable person in the crypto space. Pleasure listening to him and you all. Yeah, man, thank you so much to Rick for inviting me on that with Charles. And it was so funny because, normally when I'm on a podcast, I try to lead the conversation to make it interesting for everyone. But that day I woke up at probably 5 or 6 in the morning and the podcast was late. I want to say it was 8 p.m. So I'd already been working all day when we went on that podcast. But I'm like, man, this is a very important issue. I cannot miss, the podcast with Charles and Rick about this bill. And then if you see me on there, I'm just so tired and dead. And I just couldn't say anything, constructive. It was the worst, man. But I'm still happy that I was in attendance, even though I was half asleep. And it was so funny too, because Charles would finish speaking, and he would look at all of us. And I've spoken to Charles a lot, so I'm not jumping at the bits to ask him questions. And he looked at all of us, and everyone was quiet. And he looked at us. He's like, I mean, seriously, I'm right here. You guys act like you always want to fucking listen to me talk, and finally, you have the opportunity to ask me a question, and none of you say shit. It was just the funniest thing. That's why if you watch it, when everyone was quiet, I just started dying laughing because he was just looking at us like, you guys are fucking idiots. It's so funny. Andre said, when the law is consistently against you and nothing changes for the better, you have the human right to say, fuck it, I'm leaving. I don't really get too political here, but I have to be honest with you guys. I did the same thing with my home state where I was born and raised of Ohio. Consistently, the laws that were passed over there again and again did not seem to have any sense to them. And again, were against my beliefs. So what I did was I picked up and left at the young age and moved to Florida because I felt that the laws down here were more in line with my belief. And the next question that Rebel Coder asked is, but seriously, what will you and others do if this bill passes? I'll have to leave, man. I'll have to leave. If there is not a way for me to comply with the law, literally it is impossible to comply with my own country's law, then what is there else to do than leave? I founded my career on this because I believe in it. I've dropped out of school because I believe in it. I've moved to Florida because I believe in this. So, what is obviously the next step? If I have to leave my country, then that's what I'll do. Am I going to be happy about that? No. Am I going to be crazy and denounce my citizenship? No. But if I have to move my country and move my home across wherever, I'll get it done. I'll get it done. It's unfortunate, but saying that, I must be grateful that I have the ability to even say that I can do that, right? Because there are many other SPOs that are just starting out or that started out, last year or earlier this year that don't have the opportunity to do that. And their only opportunity is go rogue or shut down. Whereas my opportunity is, I don't have the go rogue opportunity. Fortunately that they do, but I don't, right? So my two options are shut down or leave, and I'm very, very grateful for having this opportunity because not everyone can say that they do. Trump also lied to stay in power, so there's that. Trump's blatantly a racist. That's why I didn't vote for him. That's the thing. It's there's good and evil in all of us, including the presidents. I feel like a lot of white men that are in their 70s, especially late 70s, think about the time that they grew up in. There's going to be a little bit of racism in there. So to say that, oh, I didn't vote for Trump because he's a racist. Well, did you see the shit that Biden did in the 80s where he I'm not even going to get into it. Everyone that is over the age of 70 probably has a hint of racism in them. That's how they were raised, most of them at least. So it's just, there's no reason to even talk about it. It's just a bunch of rah, 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 Oh, you were the first one here? Hell yeah, Farrah. I appreciate you being here, man. So you saw me my optimism earlier. What might this impact Europe? A lot of countries in Europe do follow what the United States does. Someone here mentioned earlier that the Australia also does that as well. Where would you move if you had to leave the United States? I've got no idea. Yeah, and look, Ada Frog, mission too big. It is, man. And that's what I was telling my family this the other day. I'm like, it's just, we've passed the point of no return here. Like I truly believe that Cardano and also cryptocurrency as a whole will benefit the lives of billions of people and will remove power from the government and give people financial freedom. I believe that the core issue with the government is that they have the control over our finances. And I think removing that control and giving that power to the people of financial freedom will change the trajectory of this entire world over the next 100 years. And to be quite honest, at this point in my life, I am willing to die for that ideology. I am. I mean, what else can any of us that are listening to this live stream right now, what other thing in this world can have that much impact on that many lives in such a short amount of time? There isn't anything. There isn't. So it's not a hard choice, man. Ada Frog said, that's right, we're strong now. It's crazy how strong we are compared to March of last year when everything crashed, man. March of last year, everything crashed. Ada touched 2 cents. Bitcoin touched 3K. And man, it's just like nobody knew about crypto. Nobody cared about it. And in just a year's time, I mean, I would want to say that there's over hundreds of thousands of people that have probably, at least, retweeted something about this bill, which is crazy how fast the user base has grown, how fast the support has grown, and also how fast the knowledge base has grown, because there are a lot of intelligent people here. And when I thought, the big flood wave that we had in February with Coinbase, with the price and everything, I thought that we were just going to be leading into a land of idiots. But, it didn't take too long for a lot of people to get educated. You know why everyone goes quiet when Charles is fielding questions. No one wants to seem like a dumbass asking questions that might not be right or basic knowledge. I know where you're coming from, Dave, but I've always just been under the impression that, if you have who you believe is one of the smartest people in the room about things, because the way I've always learned anything is figure out who's the smartest in the room, if you can, and ask them about it. So that's an opportunity for anybody that was in there. So I wouldn't pass that up. And I'm not one to pass that up myself. That's why if you watch, I was asking most of the questions until I stopped. And I was like, I'll let everyone else get their chance here. It will still kneecap the crypto industry, which is the world's largest economy. Yeah, I agree. It's unfortunate. It's not good. It's on Rick's channel to the podcast, Digital Fortress. It's a sad choice, not a hard choice. Very true, man. I mean, it's not, and that's the thing. Me saying how much I believe in this, and saying that it's not a hard choice. It is a very sad choice, man. It's a sad choice. I'm not one to go to Puerto Rico to avoid taxes. I'd rather just, pay more money, enjoy the convenience, be safe and secure, not live in an island surrounded by water. But I'm being forced to do that. So it is a very sad choice to leave my home, my family, where I was raised, and to be so far from it that the only way that I can get here is through a 7-hour plane ride, or a 12-hour plane ride. I'm not going to feel safe, I mean, that's what my security and my safety was founded on American ideologies. So if I'm living across the world and the only way home is a 12-hour plane ride, I'm never going to feel as comfortable as I did here, Maybe that's naive to say. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll find another home that I like, but it is naive, I don't have the experience to make that, decision yet. Bitcoin's up to 46K. Not that it matters. It's just interesting to see the prices rallying so much. I mean, that's a pretty big deal, to see Bitcoin dip to 39K and then now return to 46. I mean, that's, it could be just a dead cat bounce there, but man, that's a pretty big deal, especially with all of the talk going on with the legislation right now. It's very interesting. What other cryptocurrencies do you think has a chance to better the world? I mean, Bitcoin? I mean, even ETH, man. There's definitely a chance for either of those currencies to better the world. I'm sure there are a lot more, that I'm not mentioning. Also, in the long term, SGI or Singularity Net, AGIX now. A decentralized AI is definitely better for the world than a centralized AI. That's for sure. I'm an American living overseas for 20 years. I hope it's treating you well, man. Isn't it possible to open a company abroad outside the United SA and fixed? You can, man. That's just, but think about that though, man. So let's go into that scenario, Mark. Let's go into the scenario where I still live in the United States, but I operate a business abroad. Well, you have to think about who I'm fucking with here, Mark. I'm fucking with the SEC. I'm not fucking with like Florida police or Orlando police or wherever, whatever jurisdiction. I'm fucking with the SEC. And the SEC with this bill states that I have to KYC all of my users or I'm stealing from them. So what do you think the SEC is going to do if I run a business that's breaking SEC laws, but I happily live in Florida? They're going to come fuck me. That's what they're going to do. On my comment about leaving, he says, trust me, you'll not miss anything. Air will be the same. And in fact, you'll get a lot more poo nanny. Hell yeah, man. That's it. I'm leaving now. Fuck it. Don't even need this bill. Crypto content creators don't get any poo nanny. Hi. Where and what upcoming ADA projects do I buy? I want to at least jump on the ADA train because I miss literally anything. Man, there aren't many exchanges that actually sell, ADA coins yet. So you're going to have to wait on that, brother. I think BitTrue might be the first exchange that does that. There's also a few that will be Cardano native assets. Yeah, Ada Frog said too risky because think about what's going to happen when you do that in the United States. You're working out here. And the SEC's waiting to fuck you, right? They're going to come here. They're going to take all your money. They're going to take your ledger, your Trezor, your fucking paper books full of your money. They're going to empty out your bank accounts. They're going to do everything. You have to leave. That's the only option. It's unfortunate. That's fair, Travis. That's fair. I mean, I would say that I was a supporter of Trump relative to Biden for sure. So maybe I misspoke a little bit there. But it doesn't matter, man. I don't think anything less of anyone that voted for Biden. We all have our own upbringings, our own biases, our own predispositions. And for me to think that my beliefs are better than yours, I should never do that. The only problem that I start to have is when you think your beliefs are better than mine, and then your beliefs start to inflict on my beliefs, which is what's happening here today with the legislation and the infrastructure bill. What are your thoughts on Sunday Swap? I like them. I like Sunday Swap. What do you want to know? Pretty knowledgeable about them Sunday Swap boys. You say, thank God you're Norwegian, but unfortunately, usually when something about currency happens in the United States, it goes throughout the rest of the world. But I'll take one more question before I hop off here for today. Not getting anything else, but I want to say thank you guys for tuning into this AMA and all of the other AMAs. I normally do these at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, make sure you check out Bloompool. We have Bloom through Bloom 6. Also, check out mycelialgallery.io to pick up some Cardano NFTs. If you guys did enjoy it, I'd appreciate it if you click that like button on your way out. It will help show this video to more people, and hopefully, in our niche, little small space on the internet, we can have a little tiny percentage of impact on calling these senators, making sure they know, how we feel about this, and know that this bill hasn't properly looked at, the impact that this is going to have on cryptocurrency, American citizens, and American business owners. So hope you guys all have a good rest of your week. I wish you great luck. Keep your head up. Everything's going to be fine. We have we're very strong now. We have a lot of intelligent people here, and we're going to kick ass either way, and we're going to change the world either way. So don't keep your head down about all of this. Everything's going to be fine. We're just going to have to fight for it. But, I mean, do you think that we can change the world without fighting? The answer is obviously no. But I love you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Thank you again for tuning in. Do my shimmy.